back to Jen's Jungle, and today we're getting a new gang member. We are getting a new puppy. So we've got everything ready to go and collect. We've got a little harness, a couple of little toys, got a little blanket and a puppy pee pad, and all of this is in her little puppy car seat. So we headed out to the breeders, and here she is. She's the one standing up and running about. We are going to call her Dora, and I think I'll nickname her Dora the Explorer because hopefully she'll be joining us on all our adventures soon. So we picked her up from the breeders in the morning and we took her back in the car. She was fairly timid in the car and a bit nervous, but it's a big change for her. She's never been in a car before, so we expected her to be a little nervous. But she did well. She wasn't sick or anything like that, so hopefully she'll travel well in the future. We stopped off at the vets on the way home so she could have her first vaccinations. She's a little bit older for her first vaccinations, so we wanted to get them done as soon as possible so she could get out and about and start socialising. So here we are in the vet waiting room, still looking a little bit timid, but getting a bit confident in having a sniff. In the consultation room she did so well. She's a nice healthy weight, she is a little under 3 kilos. She checked out really well and she was such a brave girl for her vaccinations. She did super well. So she'll need another set in a couple of weeks, and then a couple of weeks after that we can take her out, which will be such good fun. So just a little bit of time to wait first. We then headed back to ours, and it was time to introduce her to our other 2 dogs. To do this we went round to the back of the house and decided to bring her out on a blanket. She can't be on the ground yet because of her vaccinations, but we sat on a blanket so she could meet our dogs in a neutral area. Looking super cute in her little pink harness, and it fitted her nice and well. We had a bit of fuss while we waited for our 2 dogs to arrive, and she started to perk up a bit here. She enjoyed a little fuss, and excitedly I got her first little tail wag out of her. She has got an adorable little black and coloured tail, and it was the cutest thing to see her start wagging it for the first time. She is such a little cutie. Soon enough the 2 boys arrived. These are our other 2 dogs, Dylan and Dougal. They were very excited to come say hello. Dora was a little bit overwhelmed by Dylan and Dougal at first, but they did really well, not being too jumpy at her and just giving her some sniffs. They love meeting dogs smaller than them, so I think that excited them, and I don't think they realised at this point she was coming home with us. They were lovely and gentle with her. They are both older boys, Dylan being 11 and Dougal being 8, so I'm not sure how they're going to react to having a little pup, but let's see. It was then time to bring her home, so I carried her back home. She can't walk at the moment, of course, because of the vaccinations, but I think she enjoyed a little cuddle and a carry, and I think Dylan wanted to see more of the puppy, and I think was a bit confused at why I was carrying her. We then headed back and went into the garden, as we thought this was the best area for the dogs to get to know each other a little bit more. We really weren't sure about how the 2 boys would be with her, whether they'd get a bit funny once she was on their territory, but they seemed really happy with her. Dylan especially was just wagging his tail. I think Dora was a little overwhelmed but did come for a little bit of reassurance and fuss, at what point of course Dylan got a little jealous, so it's important to give him lots of fuss as well. Here she is just enjoying a little bit of fuss whilst getting to know her 2 brothers. But of course the dogs are not the only animals we have, and there are many more for her to meet. The piggies and rabbits were all out in the garden, so she got to meet them for the first time. I think she was quite intrigued by the piggies especially. This must have been quite interested in her. She's a little nervous, but does so well. And Charlie's a really gentle cat. After spending a little time in the garden, we decided to introduce her to inside and she could get to know her new home. She enjoyed having a little bit of sniff around and meeting one of our other cats, Twist, but she does regularly come back for a bit of reassurance, so she does seem to be bonding a little bit with us, which is nice to see. She's a really sweet little thing, but she's also quite interested in everything else, so hopefully she'll grow in confidence soon. She looks a bit suspicious here. We then headed out to walk our other two dogs. We decided to bring Dora along with us in her sling to carry her. So although she can't be on the ground at the moment until her vaccinations are up to date, we felt it was important for her to start getting out and about and start seeing different stuff and having new experiences. So we bought her a sling so we can carry her as we go out and about. And I think she enjoyed this. She was very interested in everything going on around. She is a little older than most pups. She is 15 weeks and she is a little behind on her vaccinations. So we really want to get her out and about as soon as possible and start getting her a little bit more confident. But I think she enjoyed her little first carrying walk. Hopefully it won't be too long till we can walk her properly. So it's been a big day for little Dora and our other two boys, but she has done so well. She has met dogs and rabbits and guinea pigs and cats and just done brilliantly. We hope that she'll settle in soon and then we'll start some puppy training with her. But there are so many more adventures for her to come along on. So please